So listen, we got a chick talking about no coffee dates, no walking dates, etc., etc. So let's get to that.
Shouldn't be controversial, but I put this on my Hinge profile saying no coffee dates and no walking dates. Because one, shout out to Nora. No coffee dates, no walking dates, facts. And I put it pretty much how she said it, but people obviously weren't getting it. So I just put in the effort and I'll meet you halfway. It's easy. Look at me. I look all happy and like cheerful and like, why wouldn't you want to take me on literally any place else than a walk? This prompt feels provocative. Gets the people going because the men love to tell me that this is wrong. It always phrases like, I'm just curious why you feel that way. Don't be, because my man wouldn't be curious. My man would know. My man isn't going on walking dates or coffee dates, right? Because my man is more, he's picky with his time. He's stingy. He's strict. And the only men who want to go on walking dates or coffee dates are men who are going on a lot of first dates. They're going on a lot because they're not really making it to the second. My man, he's making it to the second, he's making it to the third. Like, he's choosy, he's picky. As am I. I'm choosy, I'm picky. I'm not going on a coffee date or a walking date because I already know I'm getting to the first date. So just let's bypass that. A man who's going on a high quantity of dates has no business going out with me anyways, because I'm looking for someone who wants to date like a quality woman and who wants to go on more quality dates and spend their time qualitatively. I know some women believe in going on coffee dates. I know some women believe on going on walking dates, and that's fine. There are so many women out there. They're not advertising on their Hinge that they don't want this thing, right? Go reach out to those women. Leave me alone.
Now listen, I'm going to dissect this. We're going to break it down, but I just want to get this point out very quickly. All this is entitlement and ego. That's all it is. No matter how she dress it up or disguise it, that is all this is. So before I get to the dissection, I do want to just address coffee dates and walking dates. What those are low investment dates. You do not know this woman, and why would you roof Chris a chick out that you don't know? All that signals is desperation, but let's cut through all the BS. Let's cut through all the BS. A lot of people really think that money runs everything and money is just the end all be all when it comes to women. And it's not. If you've ever had a chick that actually likes you, money don't even be a part of the equation. So if a chick is actually into you, and I just seen, the big dude say this, I'm gonna put it on the screen in a second. But if a chick is actually into you, what y'all decide to do when y'all link up really don't matter much. It really don't matter much. And I'm gonna tell you something else. A lot of these chicks is going straight to the crib, but we just gonna pretend the chick, the chick that you're dealing with is not a hoe or she hasn't had a promiscuous past or nothing like. We just gonna pretend, right? We gonna go to fantasy land and just pretend this is a pure woman. You know, I don't got no issue with a chick wanting to meet you in public or link up and have a date or what. I don't got no problem with that. But if she really likes you, the bar is not gonna be high. And when you get women like this, the truth is they are looking for a provider. They are looking for somebody that can pretty much give them financial security. That's what they are looking for. And the thing about that, if you're not aware, if you haven't been here that long, just because you can provide that for her, just because you're a provider, just because that's what she is looking for, that doesn't mean that she actually likes you. Let me break it down for the people who have never been here. So 4 things typically attract women. You got looks, you got status, you got money, you got personality. Within personality is things like confidence, game, et cetera, et cetera. That's how I break it down. Other people got different ways they break it down. That's how I break it down. So all the things about your personality, like, oh, he's an intelligent guy, or I'm a sapiosexual, all of that shit is in that personality category. Your personality is you. That's who she's actually interacting with. So if she is attracted to something about your personality, whether you funny or you a good leader, whatever the case may be, you're alpha, all of that is going to fall in there. That's you. That's literally who you are. When you get to status, that is something that you have attained, but that's a part of your identity. For example, if you are a DJ, that's a craft. You put in a lot of time becoming a DJ. So it's not as superficial as, oh, this is just what you do for money and you just get money. No, you had to work to get in this position to have this status. So that status. Looks is very simple. That's physically you. So everything that I named as far as those three are you. The thing that is not you is fucking money. And I shouldn't have to explain that. Money is not you. Just because you are in a position to provide, just because you got a good job and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that money is you or money represents you. It doesn't. You could say, you could try and twist it like, oh, well, it means you're a high earner and stuff. Like, women don't care about that shit when it comes to them wanting to have sex, when it comes to their coochie getting wet, when it comes to them actually having actual desire for you. When it comes to the money category, it's more like a negotiation with their coochie. That's what they do. Now that I broke that down for the new people, a woman who is, which this shouldn't even be rocket science, a woman that is prioritizing anything monetarily, that woman is not going to be into you. If she is not willing to accept a walk or a coffee date or anything in that realm, she is not into you. It's not because her standards are high. It's because she does not like you. And you could buy this shit that she's trying to sell as far as, oh, this is how my standards are, and this is where I'm going in life, and this is what I want, and this is how I'm going to pursue a man, and this is you could accept those fake boundaries if you want, but there is a guy cracking her. There is a guy cracking her for nothing, who didn't have to take her to Ruth Chris, who didn't have to go skiing with her on the first date, who probably didn't even have to date her. These chicks do not be celibate. Do not fool yourself. But let's get to some of the rest of the video because there are specific things I want to address.
Put in the effort and I'll meet you halfway. It's easy.
Now, see, what is halfway? So if I take you to Ruth Chris, the next date we go to like PF Chang's and you pay for it, like what is halfway? What is you meeting dudes halfway? No coffee dates and no walking dates sends a clear message. But I'll meet you halfway is very vague.
Because the men love to tell me that this is wrong. I always phrase it like, I'm just curious why you feel that way. Don't be, because my man wouldn't be curious. My man would know.
See, what that is, she goes into defense mode. She's going into defense mode. And the reason that I really see women do this, I don't see too many men do this, but the reason that they do this is because you just asking them a simple question is a threat. They feel like if I answer this question, it's going to open the floor for a dispute, a debate, a critical discussion, anything like that. So let's shut it down before it happens, because I definitely don't want to have to defend this against logic. I definitely am not equipped to really defend this. And if you look at how we're going to go through the comments, when you see how she's responding to the comments, you can see the emotion there. That's exactly what happens. Women want to have their point, but they don't want to have to defend their point. And let me be clear. Some women, not all women.
My man isn't going on walking dates or coffee dates, right? Because my man is more, he's picky with his time. He's stingy. He's strict. And the only men who want to go on walking dates or coffee dates are men who are going on a lot of first dates. They're going on a lot because they're not really making it to the second. My man, he's making it to the second. He's making it to the third. Like, he's choosy. He's picky. As am I. I'm choosy. I'm picky. I'm not going on a coffee date or a walking date because I already know I'm getting to the first date. So just let's bypass that. A man who's going on a high quantity of dates has no business going out with me anyways, because I'm looking for someone who wants to date like a quality woman and who wants to go on more quality dates and spend their time qualitatively.
So listen, this is all bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why. When you just look at this logically, a man that does coffee dates and stuff like that goes on a lot of first dates. Why would this signify that? And I'm going to tell you why she would think that this would signify that. Because if a guy is going on a lot of first dates, they wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on a lot of women. So that makes sense, right? That makes sense. But there are a lot of tricky niggas out here. And do you think tricky niggas don't go on a lot of dates? Do you think tricky niggas don't go on a lot of dates? And she didn't make this point, but it's something that I've heard before. So if she is going to say that the coffee man, and I'm pretty sure I actually covered a video where a chick said this, the point that I'm making. But if we're going to say that the coffee man, can't afford to go on all the dates that he plans as far as a restaurant, so he dumbs it down to a coffee date and walking date so it's affordable. When you're dealing with a man who can afford to take you out on a date to some place like TGI Fridays or whatever restaurant you want to say, because that's where you want to go. You want to eat some good food for free. What makes you think that he can't afford to take out 3 other chicks in the same week? What makes you think that a guy that can afford to take you out can't afford to date a lot? Now, you could say the way that I fleshed out why she would think men go on a lot of dates if they do the walking dates and coffee dates. You could say that that's a straw man because she didn't say that. But if that's not her argument and that's not her reasoning behind that, what other fucking reasoning could you have? What other reasoning could you have to think the guys that go on walking and coffee dates go on a tremendous amount of dates? Like, why would you, what would you base that on? What else would you base that on? But this is the other thing about that. And I'm just being honest. None of what I said fucking matters. That's just me trying to logically assess the situation. But the thing is, it's all bullshit because that's not really why she doesn't want to do a coffee date or a walking date. But before I even get to that, I just realized she just mentioned a bunch of first dates. She just mentioned, oh yeah, they go on a bunch of first dates and it's just a bunch of first dates. I don't even know where she's getting this from. But when she mentions, I want quality dates, that's a dog whistle for, I want a more expensive date. I want you to make a significant investment or just an investment that I'm satisfied with, because TGI Fridays still might not be the investment. It might be some local Italian restaurant, Dionato's or whatever the fuck, somebody with a last name. That's probably the type of shit she trying to get on. But all of this, quality time, my man is going to not be dating a lot of chicks because all of that is bullshit. It all just comes down to financial investment. And that's how come that whole little segment that I played, it's all bullshit. And I'm going to show you why. She pinned a comment, and this is the only pinned comment. And you can pin multiple comments on Instagram. Walking date equal broke. It's that simple. But this is the thing. She can't come on and put herself out there like, listen, I want a dude who got some money. So walking dates prove to me that you broke, and coffee dates is so low investment that I feel like you got to be broke. So I need you to come out the gate swinging. I need you to come out the gate really putting it down on some money shit, just to let me know that you're willing to spend it on me, because that's what I need in my life. That's what I want in my life. I need somebody who is going to spend that money on me. Why can't she say that? Because it's going to make her look like a gold digger. It's going to make her look like a gold digger. So that's that. We got that out the way. That's all everything she said is bullshit. We got the proof. We got the fingerprint. It's all about the bread. But she not going to tell you that. She going to try and fluff it and finesse it in a different way just so she can continue to look good and acceptable and stuff like that and try to push this shit. But I'm going to tell you something. When we get to the comments, even the chicks not really going for that shit. Chicks know what the fuck it is. I want to let you know we got another clip after all this. We probably even going to do 2 more clips. I'll give you a spoiler alert whether I put the clip in or not. One of them, she got flowers from one of her dates. Whatever. You could buy yourself flowers. But anyways, the first comment says, if this was working for you, you wouldn't have made a video. The second comment is from a woman. She says, putting in effort to a woman you don't know is crazy as hell. She said as hell, but she meant as hell. So the woman who made the post responded condescendingly. She said, you don't have to put in effort for dates for you, which is great. I need the men who want low effort, easy women to know where to go. I'll send them your way. Which all that is what we always talk about when it comes to the Kevin Samuels sign language. Rest in peace. Shame, insults, guilt, that's those. And it need to be right. We'll just put the end on there. But shame, insult, guilt, you can see all that in there. But fellas, let's check back in 5 years for an update. If I was petty, I would put that in my calendar. I'm not that petty. Another comment says, coffee date is cool and leaves the rest of the day open. That looks like a woman. And guess what? It is a woman. Wow. Even women get it. Even with most women get it because they all threw her comments like, nah, girl, this ain't the one. And let me also note that it's black women. It's black women, man. It's black women, man. We gotta give them credit. We gotta give credit where credit is due. They not going for the bullshit this time around. So back to the comments, it says, coffee date is cool. Yeah, that one we just read. She responded, then fucking do that. No one is telling you otherwise. Now, what did I mention earlier when she said that the dudes asked, well, I'm just curious. Why do you? Oh, no. Don't be curious because my man wouldn't be curious. Defensive. She doesn't want to defend the point. And she's is she also shamed a chick for saying investing in, a chick that you don't know is crazy as hell, and then you got her yelling at this chick in all caps, talking about some, well, do the fuck you want then, bitch. Do what you want then, bitch. Like that's the energy. That's the energy. She absolutely hates that people disagree with what she's saying. So she's responding to everybody. Shit. I'm posting this right after I get done with it. You see it's been up for 22 hours. You go over there and you drop a comment, you could probably get a response. And I'm not telling y'all to do that. Don't go over there, flood her shit. Like, my channel ain't that big anyway. But listen, she responded to everybody. She that mad. The next comment says, if a woman is feeling you, she'll do whatever you say first date. That shit applies to men she not feeling. She said gross because it's not something you can rebuttal, but it makes her mad. And this is the last set of comments I'm going to go over. Another woman, and they really showed up on this one, man. Black women. Black woman. Black queens. She showed... I'm tripping, bro. Man. Anyways, man. She said, well, I disagree. I loved coffee dates. It's an easy way to meet someone. Doesn't take my entire night. We not rereading that. Can transition into any plans after if it goes well. And is a part of normal life. So if you had fun just talking and nothing crazy, that's a good sign. Look at that. Look at that. I also enjoy walks. I personally don't want to go to a bar or dinner until I decided I want to attend. Everyone is different. Date how you want. She responded, and I'm going to tell you, it looks like a positive response. Being that the chick ended it, date how you want to. She was cool with that. So she said, love that. I wasn't asking, though, so not sure what to disagree about. But thanks for sharing. I thought that she had a little bit of class, a little bit of tact. I gave her too much credit too soon. This is the thing, man. Listen, I got, like, I'm on YouTube. There's a comment section. If I really didn't want y'all saying anything, I would turn the comments off. I just called somebody an idiot because they said, oh, this is a dead channel. You posting this for clout. You're an idiot. Like, you think I'm posting anything to not get views, you dumb motherfucker? Even then, when I do my videos, giving game, just talking or just giving my perspective with no footage or nothing, I know that shit not about to do no numbers, but the reason that I do it is because I have an audience, even though it's only going to do 200, 300 views. I know that audience, that small audience, values the insight. Like the 2 dating videos that somebody requested and stuff like that. I did long-term dating and short-term dating. Those ain't doing numbers. But at the same time, if it was only going to get 2 views, I wouldn't be doing it, bro. I wouldn't be doing it. I knew it was going to get some type of view. So motherfuckers are stupid. So I just got done calling motherfuckers stupid for saying that stupid ass shit. But I'm not about to turn the comments off. I'm not about to get rid of his comment and banish him to the shadow realm and shit like that. A lot of people disagree with me. Somebody tried to call me gay on the motherfucking what you call it, the King video and stuff. I straight ignored that shit. Because this is the thing, when you putting yourself out here on social media, like there are gonna be haters. And if you putting yourself, bro, that's just what it is. If you putting yourself out there, you putting your opinions out there, the first thing is people are gonna disagree. The second thing is some people are just gonna come and attack you and just be flat out haters, malicious, all that shit. The stuff that I just talked about was people being malicious. You can't get mad. Like, you can't be mad and just be going crazy on people, disrespecting them because they got a difference of opinion. Because they got a difference of opinion. Now, I am going to highlight something about myself, just keeping it a G with y'all, because, you know, when we get to the, oh, man, you got to have money to get 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12s, that's something I strongly disagree with. You know, to some degree, I actually agree with it to some degree. I've said it on, like, you know, film and stuff like that. And I do get animated when I talk about it. A lot of the things that I say are jokes. They are jokes or me clowning and stuff like that. I've never disrespected my actual audience, you know, when I have a disagreement. But that is one area where I've actually made a video like, okay, y'all got it. Y'all got it. And, you know, I talked about that shit, but I didn't disrespect anybody during that video. Now, I didn't have to address that. I could have just left that out. I could have just not said nothing. But in case anybody thinks I'm a hypocrite to any degree or anything like that, I've never said nothing harsh when it comes to a disagreement that I've had. I've never shitted on nobody any type of crazy as far as anybody to watch my videos. But let's continue. The next comment says, girl, why would you want to have dinner with someone that could potentially be insufferable? A quick coffee date helps you ascertain whether you'll enjoy their company at dinner. The comment that she responded with says, because I vet them before we get there. So we done with the comments. That was the calmest comment that she had. But let's get to this other footage.
Michael B. Jordan or Morris Chestnut ask you to get coffee, you going or not? Problem is, you're neither Michael B. Jordan or Morris Chestnut, so who cares? That is like me saying if I was Lori Harvey, you wouldn't mind buying me an AP watch. I know I'm not Lori Harvey. I don't look like, I fucking wish I look like Lori Harvey. I know I don't look like that. So I don't expect men to buy me those AP watches she gets on first dates. I simply would just never compare myself to Lori Harvey because I know I don't look like her. So why would you compare yourself to Michael B. Jordan or Morris Chestnut when you do not look like them nor make as much money as them? Why?
You can read that on the screen. I mean, she said it, but you can read it on the screen. He is not comparing himself to Michael B. Jordan or Morris Chestnut. He's asking a question. She hates to be challenged. She hates to be challenged. So what she did was she immediately deflected to, you're not them. Instead of just answering a question, she said, you're not them. Then tried to draw up a pointless analogy because it's a straw man at that point. He never said he was them. He was never comparing himself to them in that sentence that he said. But she tried to paint that picture that he was compared herself to Lori Harvey for no reason, and then said, you're incomparable. Even though she started off with, who cares? Who cares? So listen, this is somebody who is very opinionated, wants to put their opinions on the internet, but doesn't want to have them challenged. Actually gets frustrated when their opinions are challenged. If you're going to do this, you got to have thicker skin. And that's all I got for today. Let me know your thoughts. I'm gone.